I feel good. I made the right decision. And that's the other thing. They make you so that you don't trust yourself. So you make this. You have to keep validating your issues, your decisions with them. You have to keep asking for help and advice, and constantly on the phone with them, constantly. And mine was such a need for control. If I didn't answer the phone quick enough, she would get mad. If I, just looked like I wasn't caring for her, what looked like if I she was so controlling that I didn't stay on the phone with her till she got in the house safely, because she would come in late for work, like 10, 11 o'clock or something. If I didn't stay on the phone, it was a wrap. It was cold shoulder, icing me out, didn't speak to me. And me not knowing, I'm wanting to make things right, because I'm not that type of person. I want to get along. I don't like the problems and drama. So um, she would use that and ignore me. And then when she wanted to, then she would talk to me, or she would get angry. And she even told my children she's the queen over me and them. So as you can see, I had to let that go. I had to move on. And basically, what the advice I have is to move on. Well, for me, I'll tell you, we were living and sharing the same household, and our lease was up, and I let her know, hey, I'm moving at the end of the lease, and I knew when I left that would be it for me. But I don't know where she was at. If she thought, oh, she's just bluffing or whatever. But I got my place. Of course, she tried to sabotage that through different avenues. All right, so how I got away, how I got free from this toxic situation, and even free from, because see, a lot of times when you're in that toxic situation, you're basically bred for um, codependency. You want to fix people, you see potential in people, that whole thing. You are just basically ready for that type of personality to walk all over you. That's why you have so many people that repeat the same mistakes in the same relationship, or they basically have the same relationship with just a different person. So, how I got free is one, realizing that what I was dealing with and seeing that it was not actually something that could be helped unless through severe, serious counsel. And even then, that's, and they sometimes will take that and use it against the people. But and unfortunately, they have a tendency not to ever get it treated, because they don't see, like it's one thing to be depressed, it's one thing to be whatever, you feel it, you feel down. But it's another when you're like, hey, I'm great. Like, you're the problem. They love saying that too. You're the problem, not me. You're the crazy one. So it's hard to get somebody like that to convince themselves that, hey, maybe things aren't working. But God is a good God, and you never know. And at this point, I just pray for her. I pray whoever's watching this, I want you to pray for those people as well. But that doesn't mean that you can have them in your experience or in your life like that. So I didn't sneak out or do anything crazy, because we shared uh, um, a lease, and I just kind of was prepping her, letting her know, hey, I'm leaving. I'm getting ready to, like way early. I'm talking about like 5 months before we were moving out. I was looking for a place, and I was even helping her look for a place. And you know, of course, she was like, oh, yeah, going with the flow, or faking, going with the flow and saying, oh, yeah, yeah, I can't live with you no more, because I'll say, yeah, I can't live with that. I can't live with you no more. But I knew that that would be my last time seeing her, because I knew how deep and sick this relationship has been and would be if I continued. Um, so I just kind of felt it up, said, hey, I'm leaving. And in your situation, if you're in a relationship with somebody like this, you might have to do things a little different. You might have to be a little under the radar with it. But me, I was just putting it out there, putting it out there, putting it out there. But I didn't tell too much of where I wanted to go because I didn't want her to know exactly where I'm moving, because again, you don't know what they're capable of. So anyway, as we got closer, of course, there was sabotage involved, trying to, cause me to pay her rent and my rent. I had to do that about 3 times. That was crazy. But again, I didn't care what it took. I didn't care if I had to eat oodles and noodles every day of my life, as long as I had my own spot. So, yeah, so basically, got to the time of the end of the lease. She tried to throw it out there like, oh, so where are you moving? Oh, okay, good. And I'm thinking, good? What's good, I'm moving. And when I mean moving, I'm moving away, like for real. So anyway, I kind of distanced myself, you know, emotionally because I didn't want to send her the wrong signal that, hey, we're going to move together. No, that's not the intention. And she knew that. But anyway, I moved out. She was she was in her room, not, ignoring me. I tried to say bye. She didn't. And for me, what I did to help give me the closure was I wrote her a nice long letter, letting her know how much I loved her, how much I wish things were different, but they aren't. And I had to remove myself from it. And I also attached some narcissistic information. So maybe she would look at it. I'm sure she didn't, just because that personality type, they just they just can't do it. But for me, it gave me the closure. I tried everything I could, basically. And so that could work for you, write a letter, you say what you have to say, because they won't listen, if you talk to them. That's just not going to happen. You're the problem, not them. So I did that, and what else? So after about a week went by, I didn't hear from her at all. Like, she didn't call me, nothing. But I know, you know the pattern. After a while, you know that this is not over. So about a week later, I get a call from an unknown number, and it's her saying basically, "Hey, I need to move back in. I need to move with you." I ignore the call, because I just not going to entertain. And that's the thing. What they want is their entertainment. They want your attention. They want you to respond. I'm paying that dust. I'm not giving that any energy whatsoever, period. You could do whatever you want or think you can come at me any kind of way. I don't care. Do what you want, say what you want. I know the truth. The truth is, it's it was not working. It was very toxic. It was very unhealthy. Anyway, so I ignored her, and then of course, what did she do? She tried to trash my name, to the family, saying I abandoned her. Like, you can abandon a grown up, someone way more grown than me. Like, really? Okay. Then, people were calling me, and honestly, I had nothing for them because I don't have to justify what I do. I'm a grown person. You are as well. You had enough time to plan, but you chose not to. I mean, you know, that's what they do. They rather wait on you to bail them out than to do it themselves. That's why they self-sabotage themselves because you think, oh, I'm going to manipulate her into doing X, Y, and Z, but you end up losing. So, anyway, it's just so sad at the end of the day. And before I go, I do want to read, and I want you to read Psalm 55. Um, seems like something that David was going through as well. He says here 55. Um, let me look. 55:11. I will say 55:11. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it that he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man, mine equal, my guide, and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together, and we walked unto the house of God in company. So as you can see, he's talking about, it's easy to determine, hey, you don't like me because you hate me, or you don't like me because you're an enemy, whatever. I get that. Okay, we don't have to talk. But it's hard when it's someone you took counsel, your friend, your partner, your relationship, your mother, your father, and they just do anything they can to destroy you only because they have been destroyed in the inside. And instead of saying, you know what, I don't want to live like this no more. I am capable. I do have great qualities. I am a good person. I don't have to manipulate people to get what I want. Instead, it's like, no, I have to do this because I have to have the control. And it's a fake control because at the end of the day, you end up getting left, you end up getting problematic relationships. So, what's it all for? I hope this helped you. I hope this shed light to you. And again, the point of this video was so that you can identify what may be in your life. And if you have to get that out, that's the only way. So I moved on. I'm an example. I moved on. I'm fabulous. I'm feeling good. I'm living good. I love life. I love God. He's covering me. He's protecting me from anybody. I don't care who you are. You have no power here. And he will do the same for you. And you will learn to see that, hey, this was really, like, once you like kind of you get the fresh air of health, you automatically say, whoa, what the heck was I doing? What was I breathing in? That was so toxic. It starts to really say, wow. And then you look at your other relationships and you see a lot of the same things because, again, you end up being toxic yourself, whether you're the aggressor or the person just receiving the hurt. You end up doing that. So now all my other relationships have become more of what I will tolerate, what I will want. And if it's not, I have to remove myself once again. Maybe they're not narcissistic, but they may have some of those tendencies, and I'm just not here for any of it. I know that we can live in a world where I can communicate with you healthy in a healthy way. I can say no. If we don't agree, or if you ask me for money and I say no, you can accept that no and not say, how dare you? Who are you? You owe me, that that is a world that I am going to create. God is going to create for me, and He can do it for you. So break free. I hope you're feeling inspired by this. I hope it's helping someone. And just know we can be fabulous with or without those people. And I don't care who they are. Okay? So peace and love. Have a fantastic evening. And this has been Salvation Sunday.